Welcome back to the Stovetop. In a previous video, I reviewed Bulleit Frontier Straight Bourbon. It's a 90 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey that's distilled in Louisville, Kentucky. In that video, I said that Bulleit also makes a rye whiskey, and maybe one day I'll review that. Well, that day has come. In this video, I'll be trying out for the first time Bulleit 95 Rye Frontier Whiskey. It's a 90 proof straight American rye whiskey that's distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. So when I tried out the bourbon, I tried it with the Whiskey Stones bullets that Patriot in the Dark had sent me. These are shaped like cartridges. They're metal, and you freeze them and you use them in place of ice. Ice will melt and dilute the whiskey, and if you don't want that, you could use this in place of that. However, I ran into a few issues using these. If you want to hear more about that, I'll include a link to that review video at the end of this video, and you can see for yourself. So I won't be using those today. Instead, I'll be trying the rye out at room temperature in a rocks glass. All right, so let me go ahead and break the seal. There's a tab here at the top, and you can peel it around and twist off the cork and seal all in one. That could have been a disaster. Let me pour some in a rocks glass. It's a light color. Now, something I noticed about the bourbon is that it was really kind of sweet. So let's see if this rye is sweet as well. So it smells a little bit sweeter than some other ryes that I've had. It almost smells a little bit more like Canadian whiskey, which to me is a sweet whiskey. So it's smooth, and I can tell it's a rye, but it does taste a little bit more like a bourbon than a rye. Not quite in between, more on the rye side, but it does taste a little bit more like a bourbon. It's definitely sweeter than any other rye that I've had. It does leave that rye spice on my tongue after I've had it. It's actually pretty good. It's definitely smooth though. So if you've been wanting to try out a rye, maybe you're a bourbon guy and you've said, well, I'll give a rye, a chance. This one might not be a bad one to try out. I know I've said that about some other ryes as well in some of my review videos. And I understand too that some people that really enjoy a bourbon just don't like ryes. It's an acquired taste. I had a friend introduce me to ryes, and I gradually developed a taste for them, and now I really enjoy them. So individual results may vary, but Bulleit 95 Rye is another one I would recommend for somebody to try out for the first time. Thanks for watching.